Over 1 million cinema lovers have already subscribed to Film Companion. What are you waiting for? Hit the bell icon and join our film family. Badhaai Do is what you might call a late bloomer. The film about a gay man and a gay woman in a lavender marriage kicks into high gear in the last 20 minutes or so, as circumstances force Suman and Shardul to shed their camouflage of a happy heterosexual couple. Badhaai Do finds its voice and purpose. The acting by Bhumi, Pednekar and Rajkummar Rao is superb. Both lay bare the keen anguish of the struggle for acceptance and what it means to finally reveal your truth. The writing by Suman Adhikari, Harshvardhan Kulkarni and Asht Gildyal and staging by Kulkarni, who has directed the film, is bang on. And watch out for Shiba Chadda, delightful as Shardul's meek, sort of spaced out mother who shows us without a single dialogue what good parenting looks like. The scene between her and Shardul will melt even the most homophobic heart. The path to this point, however, is strangely muddled, almost as though the film can't decide what it wants to be. Badhaai Do has been described by its makers as a spiritual sequel to Badhaai Ho, Amit Sharma's excellent 2018 film about a middle-aged couple grappling with pregnancy. I'm assuming that spiritual sequel means that this will be a franchise in which makers will tackle unconventional subjects. Like the first film, Badhaai Do relies on humor to make a tricky subject accessible and palatable to a mainstream Hindi film audience, which is a smart strategy, except that the blend of humor and the suffering inherently embedded in such a marriage is disjointed. The film lurches from situational comedy to the harshness of being queer in this country and back again, with the background music insistently cueing us on when to laugh. Low sperm count and penis size become fodder for comedy, as do nosy neighbors and women cops. The film begins with a scene in which Shardul's extended family is somberly sitting and deciding if it's okay for him to marry a Muslim colleague, which is of course the ultimate transgression in their eyes. This is played for laughs, but given the horrific polarized reality of contemporary India, the joke doesn't quite land. Badhaai Do is set between Haldwani and Dehradun. It's the claustrophobic small-town middle-class family setup that we've seen before often, including Seema Pawa, who has almost become a totem of this subgenre. Shardul is a cop. Suman is a physical education teacher. Shardul's job is intrinsically at odds with who he is. At one point, he expresses wonder that a gay aadmi is a policeman क्योंकि हमारी फटती है पुलिस से. What's interesting is that being gay doesn't necessarily make Shardul more evolved. As Suman points out in a scene, he is sexist. He has inflated ideas about his muscles and his mardangi. He can also be abusive and a drunk. But the film doesn't fully explore these darker shades of his personality. Harshvardhan, whose first film Hunter cheerfully went into forbidden areas, sticks to a sunnier narrative. Though there is some fun to be had in a scene in which Shardul and Suman perform the husband-wife act for his boss. Shardul instantly moves into the typical Indian man mode, ordering his wife around when the guests arrive. The acting is first-rate. Look out also for debutante Chum Darang as Suman's girlfriend Rimjhim and Nitesh Pandey as Suman's father. There are some lovely sequences, like one in which Suman hesitantly tries to get to know Rimjhim. I wonder if this is the world's first film to portray a blood test as swooningly romantic. These moments, like some of the ones between Shardul and his boyfriend, are captured by DOP's Swapnil S. Sonwane with all the tenderness and soft lighting that Hindi cinema usually accords heterosexual couples, which is wonderful. And still, Badhaai Do doesn't become absorbing until we're more than halfway through. Unlike Badhaai Ho, which was also written by Asht, this film isn't consistent with either its laughs or its emotions. Apart from Shiba's character, the family members on both Suman and Shardul's side are generically written. The music by a mix of composers including Tanishq Bagchi, Ankit Tiwari, Amit Trivedi and Khamosh Shah doesn't add much to the storytelling. Interestingly, though, Kirti Nakhwa, who was the editor on Hunter, and Pratik Vats, who made the terrific Ibaleu, have been credited as co-directors. In an essay in Film Comment, queer Colombian author Manuel Betancourt writes, "Queer cinema is not universal. Nevertheless, the question of how to reconcile the specificity of queer storytelling with the universalizing effect that cinema can perform is at the heart of its project." Badhaai Do doesn't manage this reconciliation, but it isn't entirely toothless. The film passionately advocates for inclusivity and acceptance, which is always a welcome message. You can see Badhaai Do at a theatre near you. Don't forget to wear a mask. For more reviews like this, subscribe to Film Companion and check out our website filmcompanion.in.